Pydantic AI's capability system provides a composable unit of agent behavior that bundles tools, lifecycle hooks, instructions, and model settings into a single abstraction passed via the capabilities parameter. The pattern demonstrated here uses a wrapper capability to intercept and log model requests before they reach the underlying capability. The visible code defines a data class audited capability that subclasses WrapperCapability any and overrides before model request, printing the name of the wrapped capability and delegating to super before model request to preserve the standard request flow. From data classes, import data class. From typing, import any. From Pydantic AI, import model request context, run context. From Pydantic AI, capabilities, import WrapperCapability. At data class, class audited capability, WrapperCapability any. Wraps any capability and logs its model requests. Async def before model request. Self CTX, run context any, request context, model request context. Model request context. Print request from type self, wrapped name. Return await super, before model request text, request context. Audited capability extends WrapperCapability to intercept before model request hooks on any wrapped capability. It logs the wrapped capability's class name, then delegates to super, which forwards the call to the wrapped capability's implementation. This pattern lets you add cross-cutting behavior like auditing without duplicating the full capability contract. The real win here is delegation via super. You only override the hook you care about and inherit everything else. Trade-off is granularity. You're limited to before model request logging, not the full request response cycle. If you needed after model request or wrap model request hooks, you'd add those overrides too. For production auditing, this works fine for visibility, but deeper inspection would require wrapping more hooks. Let's break it down line by line. From data classes, import data class. Imports the data class decorator from Python's standard library for defining data container classes with automatic field generation. From typing, import any. Imports any for unrestricted type annotations. From Pydantic AI, import model request context, run context. Imports model request context and run context from Pydantic AI for hook and request context access. From Pydantic AI, capabilities, import WrapperCapability. Imports WrapperCapability, a Pydantic AI class for wrapping agent capabilities. At data class, class audited capability, WrapperCapability any. Wraps any capability and logs its model requests. Defines a data class audited capability subclassing WrapperCapability that documents itself as a wrapper logging model requests. Async def before model request. Declares an async lifecycle hook named before model request that will run before each model request. No body or parameters visible yet. Self CTX, run context any, request context, model request context. Declares a hook method signature accepting the instance, self, a run context object typed as run context any, and a model request context object typed as model request context. The first two parameters are a match for the before model request hook contract. Model request context closes a function parameter list and annotates the return type as model request context. Print request from type self, wrapped name. Logs the class name of the wrapped object to signal an incoming request. Return await super, before model request text, request context. delegates the before model request hook to the parent class implementation, forwarding the current run context and request context. The pattern here is a thin, cross-cutting wrapper. Audited capability subclasses WrapperCapability to intercept before model request on whatever capability it wraps, logs the wrapped class name, then delegates to super to preserve the normal flow. The super call is the connective tissue. It's what lets you add one hook override without rewriting the full capability contract. The trade-off is granularity. You're only seeing the pre-request moment, not the full request-response cycle, so deeper auditing would mean adding more hook overrides. But for visibility into which capability is making requests, this single hook delegation does the job cleanly.
The dinosaur auditor wraps each model request, whispers its name, defers to super, and watches the wheel turn.